Hello out there, we're on the air. It's a curling afternoon in the Las Vegas metropolitan area. Our featured game, oh my gosh. I got the team name goofed up on YouTube and on the scoreboard. I apologize for the scoreboard and YouTube. We're seeing four non-blondes taking on Complete Sheet Show. The four non-blondes hail from the Coyotes Curling Club in Tempe, Arizona, and the Complete Sheet Show is from Oval Curling of Utah. That's my home club. I always do this disclaimer. It's my home club, but I do not let it affect how I call a game. So thank you everyone for tuning in. We got a good game for you on tap, and we hopefully encourage you to stick around. So rocks in play, we are underway. So it's the first end. So the goof on YouTube was I had a different team for Complete Sheet Show. It was late night last night and I screwed up. I apologize for that. But we are seeing rocks in play right now as we have the second for non-blondes throwing the yellow rocks. Throw her rock. This is a slots pool game. That would be does look to be Christina Chuka. So non-blondes are sitting one somewhat buried. There's a lot of guards in front of the house as we have Jerry St. James about to throw his second rock for Complete Sheet Show. So we'll see how the order goes, but usually Ramin Gilbert is the skip, but he usually throws not fourth rocks. So we're going to see some clearing action, I think. Hits the yellow up onto the red, it looks like, and pushes the red out to the side. We have 3 games on tap this draw. I'll go over the games in a second. We have 15 teams in the field, and so that set up the 3 pools of 5 teams each. Each team will play 4 games, and they'll determine who advances to Championship Sunday. The top 8 teams will advance to the playoffs. So 4 non-blondes puts another yellow in the house. So Complete Sheet Show has been among the top younger teams in our region recently. But it looks like they're facing a small challenge early in this game. 4 non-blondes. So in terms of experience, the MoPac 5 and under is 4 players with 5 years of experience or less. And so for the 4 non-blondes, they have 16 years of total experience, and Complete Sheet Show has 16 years of total experience. So they are even on that count. In years past, we used to do the team that has the least experience has the hammer, because this is an event that is a national qualifier now for the 5 and under championship. We have gone to a coin toss this year. So looking to peel the guard. The guard is peeled. So the yellow team has 2 rocks in the rings. So they're looking to put up a guard. I believe this is Evelyn Williams. So looking for a front stone, a guard would be good. Just anything to help protect the shot stone. And this might be over curling slightly. So it looks like the shot stone is exposed about 80%. So like a heavy draw or hit and roll is what they're looking at. But like a heavy draw would bump that yellow out, and a complete sheet show would be sitting shot. So while they're talking it over, the other games on the ice right now, on sheet Ace of Spades, sheet 1, we have Orange Coyote from Coyotes and OC Curling taking on Clever Curl, which is from OC Curling. That's a cards pool match. Sheet 3 is our feature game. You're watching it. And then sheet 4 for 4 of Diamonds has Team Tanner from Oval taking on Team Pitlars from Silicon Valley. Pitlars, skip it. So broom is down, looking for, I believe, they were looking at hitting and rolling. Let's see what happens with remaining shot. Calling for curl, so Gerard Trimberger jumps on the rock, looking to push it over, trying to make, it just kisses that yellow. Push it further under cover, and then the red rolls away. So tough shot there. Although that yellow is now behind the tee line, so you can try to draw on top of it perhaps. All right, the broom is down, looking for a draw, I believe, another front stone. So like anywhere in the guard zone to the top 12 would be good. And this would be for the skip, Allison Hawkins. I guess one of the nice things about the 5 and under is that we see a lot of new faces. This rock kind of looks like it fell out. And I don't know if she was wide or it's a rock picked or something. But that rock is out of play. And so as we are to skip stones or fourth stones, we have the fourth 4 complete sheet show. David Hurst in the hatch. Looking to draw around through the port. Interesting to see if they'll be able to find the right line. Also because the rocks seem to have curled away from that sidewalk pretty heavily once they go. Like kind of near that Curl Vegas logo. You kind of saw it break right there. And it's like it's going to be tight to the guard. But it's going to scoot. Just wicks the guard. So the weight was just a smidge on the light side. So if he had like just a little bit more weight, that would have been bonzer. Which is my arcane word of the day. So now 4 non-blondes is still sitting 2. behind the tee line. So if Complete Sheet Show can, they still have a draw path to the 4-foot or the button. The button might be a little hard to reach at this point. But 4-9 blinds is in really excellent shape to start this game. So the broom is down. Looks like they're going to try to raise the yellow. That's an interesting call. The potential downside is that to open up the center for a takeout or like a hit and stick for a single point. But I think they were more concerned about the raise on the right side, perhaps. So this is the last shot for 4-9 blondes without the hammer here in the first end. It's not coming back a lot. It seems like she was a little wide out of the hack. But this might end up in a good place. Might end up in the back of the house out of play. And that's what happens. That was 1269. That was a little heavy. So it looks like they're going for the draw for a single point. So time-wise, I think they'll probably be looking for probably at least 13 seconds, maybe a little slower. This is David Hurst last. The hammer drawing for 1 against 2. This is hanging out a little wide, 1450, so this might be at least a second slower than I thought it needed to be. And that looks like it's going to be a steal of 2 for 4-9 blondes to start things off. Team Complete Sheet Show will have the hammer when we come back to the 2026 MoPac 5 and Under, coming to you live from Curl Vegas on the curling.gg network. And coverage of the 2026 doubletakeout.com MoPac Championships is brought to you by doubletakeout.com, offering a unique way to view stats and rankings of the top men's and women's teams from around the world at doubletakeout.com.
Yeah, so you do the yellow.
And by curling.gg. Proud to be an official sponsor of Team Canada's mixed doubles champions, Brett Gallant and Jocelyn Peterman. And by Endgame Curling. Elevate your game with Endgame Curling. Learn more at endgamecurling.com. And just like that, we are about to get underway with the second end. And again, we're keeping track of scores and video links at bonspieler.com. Just look up, visit Bonspieler, and there'll be a link to the MoPac event. And you'll see this draw, and you'll find links to the videos from both MoPac and Curl Vegas. And thanks to Curl Vegas for A, great facility, and B, their streaming facility is also pretty nice. So the lead for 4-9 blondes would be Alicia Perry. She drew in. And so we see Gerard Trimberger looking to hit and stick. So about Oh, almost missed it, but it got enough of the yellow to kick it out, and the shooter goes away as well. So that was ultimately a good shot by Gerard. As we see Alicia get set for her second rock. They look like they're kind of wearing denim pants and almost like jean jackets. I don't know if they are either, especially because it's not really recommended to wear blue jeans on the ice. It's not flexible in the ways that you need curling pants to be flexible. Don't ask me how I know that. Actually, I've never actually worn blue jeans on the ice, but I've heard stories. Oh, Lordy, I've heard stories. So, Non-Blondes puts up a corner guard with their second shot. And we see Gerard get set for his next rock. Sweepers are on it. This is coming up a little light. It's going to be important to make sure it gets over the hog line, which it will. And I think the sweepers they're going to finish it. Sometimes they just kind of let the rock go where it wants to go after it crosses the hog line. In this case, they swept it to a tight guard in the corner position. So next rock coming from Christina Chuka. I think looking to go around that guard they put up. It's looking not too bad. Oh, it crashed. It's looking great. Oh, it crashed. Coverage of this end is being brought to you by doubletakeout.com, home of the double takeout. Makes it sound like a hamburger or something. So it looks like the broom is down for a draw around their guard. So doubletakeout.com offers rankings for men and women, and it's been a while since I've looked at the site, but mixed doubles teams as well through last weekend. So you can see how the top men's and women's teams and the mixed doubles teams ranked around the world. So you can see at the top of the mixed doubles table is currently relatively neck and neck between TC and Dropton of the United States, Dodds and Mallett of Scotland, and Peterman and Gallant of Alberta, Canada. So you can sort it through you can check it out through different ways, see how they fare overall record, the record against ranked teams, and a whole lot more at doubletakeout.com. So Christina's throwing left-handed. I think this is the first lefty that I've seen at this event so far. And this is going to maybe reach the top of the house. So Jerry St. James is looking to peel the guard. Complete sheet show usually has some pretty good takeout weight and accuracy. This is going to get one of the guards moving just onto the other guard. So some pinball action. One of the guards goes away. So a pretty open house right now. Complete sheet show may look to blank if they don't have a chance to score multiple points here. And this would be Evelyn Williams. A little wide, it looks like. But her body came out a little wide, but it looks like the stone is on course. And this is actually going to go on the guard. It's going to raise the guard to the top of the rings. So with the rock in the rings, Jerry, who's vicing for Complete Sheet Show, has the broom down for Ramin Gilbert, looking to hit and roll. That's for slightly less ice, I think. So the hit is made. The shooter is also going to roll out, so we're back to a fully open house with a couple high guards. So looking to draw around the center guard.
Is there a way that, because I'm running the juice, so that's the problem.
So once they flip, they need to go to the scoreboard
And do it.
Actually, there's a hammer that says this way,
Okay.
and they have to flip the hammer,
Got it.
or same thing for ready.
Okay, cool, okay. I'll make an announcement, okay.
So looks like they're going to peel the guard with Ramin's net shot. Just seeing how focused Jerry was on that broom, right next to that guard. Oh, looks like they're actually going to go around the guard if they can, and they do, and they're going to hit the yellow shot stone and pluck it out, just like a vulture plucks out the juicy worm from the desiccated remains of a dead mountain goat.
Don't worry about the time so much. Just be looking up and try to.
So looks like we are to the stipstones as Hawkins is getting set in the hack. So her rock is away. Again, going to try that draw. That was a really great draw from Williams, and it's also a great takeout shot from Ramin. This is hanging out wide. So interesting, stuff to learn from, when you're on this ice. This is also a little heavy. That's going to go through the house out of play. So now Complete Sheet Show has a draw. I would, I like that draw because also just kind of seeing how the other team, how Four Non-Blondes is playing. Just, I think, looking at the possibility of drawing around cover and then Williams sorry, Hawkins not being able to get to that stone. You know, we'll see how it goes, though. It's still early in this game. So this is David Hurst's first. Sounds like it's tight on the guard. It's also a little light. So they want to make sure it gets around the guard. And then once it's around the guard, to see how deep they can get it while it's buried. And that is a pretty textbook right there. Right on the pin. You could hardly walk up there with a stone and done a better job with that. Great draw there from David. So now Hawkins is going to try the draw again. Last rock coming from Hawkins. Looking to draw on top of that great stone on the button that David just threw. That line looks a lot better, but it's tight on the guard. And so it's going to maybe raise the guard up, but not really into the house. So now Complete Sheet Show has a chance for 2 to tie things up. So looking for any draw, like the house is wide open, they just have to get around those guards. So this is the last rock coming from David Hurst. The hammer, a chance to score 2. So they don't want to pull the string on it in terms of being light. And then they also want to make sure they get it past the guard. Listen, it might tick the guard and then roll to the top of the house. Not the cleanest way to do it, but they got 2. So they tie things up. We're all square at 2 as Team 4 non-blondes will have the hammer when we come back to the 2026 MoPac 5 and under Bonspiel on the curling.gg network. So there's no timeouts in this game. These games are not being timed aside from the overall window for this draw. So we'll ring the bell at around an hour 35 or so. And when the bell rings, the teams can finish the end they're playing and play one more. And we're encouraging people to play efficiently to get at least 7 ends in. And so it hasn't been a problem so far, but we have something in place in case it does become a problem. And I think we brought it out once last year. Otherwise, it's been pretty smooth sailing. So all square here at 2. Let's go around the rings really quickly with the scores being posted to bondspieler.com. This is the most competitive game on the ice right now, our feature game. On sheet 1, we have Orange Coyote from Coyotes and OC Curling up 6-0. They got a 6th spot in the first end against Clever Curl from OC Curling. Sheet 3, our feature game, we're tied at 2. 4 non-blondes from Coyotes taking on Complete Sheet Show from the Oval. And then on sheet 4, we have Team Pitlar's Skip It from Silicon Valley. They converted the hammer with a 5 spot in the first end, and they stole 3 in the second to take an 8-0 lead over Team Tanner from Oval Curling of Utah. So again, those scores are being posted at bondspieler.com, including links to the video from both MoPac and also Curl Vegas, depending on which game you want. This is the feature game on the MoPac channel. We're glad that you're here. But we're also glad to be watching curling. So, so Complete Sheet Show is one of the rings. 4 non-blondes has a medium center guard. And so it looks like Sheet Show's going to try to draw around with their next rock. And that is going to settle in on the button. So 4 non-blondes can draw to it. They can also try to hit it out if they wanted to. And I think that's what they're going to do. As coverage of this end is being brought to you by curling.gg. Curling.gg just launched a new beta feature that lets you upload photos and recreate real curling scenarios. Check it out and give it a try. Curling.gg. Looking for a takeout down the middle. Looks like it's going to hit the red on the outside and maybe scoot under the guard. And it does. It pokes out the other side to the outer 12-foot. So Jerry resetting in the hack. You can see the red balloons in the background. We are doing the double takeout balloon, where if you remove 2 opponent stones from the house, not necessarily from the field of play, you have a chance to win a round of beverages for you and a bonus team. This is a little up weight. It's going to go through the rings out of play. So you had to hold on to the balloons, or whichever team's holding on to the balloons at the end of the game, the end of the draw, wins the bonus beverages. So, and then we have an odd number of teams, and so we set it so the defending champions are playing for the wild cards, which are the volunteers and other people connected to helping run the event. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes. So also interesting to see this shot as the front is more clear than before, although this direct is hanging out. So that was Williams' second stone. It's going to go through the house out of play. And so now Complete Sheet Show has another chance to put up a center guard. And I screwed up on the hammer. It's 4 non-blondes that has to hammer this end. So I think looking for a similar shot, maybe a little less weight than what Jerry threw last time. A little tighter line too, I believe. Sweepers jumped on it right out of hand. Definitely need to go for weight as Jerry jumped into sweep. You have 3 sweepers now just to try to coax it as far as it can go. I think they wanted it to be touching the house if they could, but this is definitely one of those, if it, the line's the more important part, and it looks like, I believe it's protecting that shot stone pretty effectively. So with that in mind, four non-blondes is opting to clear the guards with Williams as net stone, Evelyn Williams. So looking to peel. So it does hit the red guard. The shooter sticks around as a guard. And so Gilbert and St. James are looking at that yellow on the right side. I think considering if they wanted to clear that out and sit 2, and I think that's the call. So looking for a hit as we have Gilbert throwing his first rock, I believe. Oh, so that was a Chuka second stone, perhaps? So looking for, I thought a hit, but the release made it look more like a draw. This is coming down to be more hitty than drawy. Now it's getting more drawy than hitty. More like a draw. It ends up being a second shot in the top 8 foot. I think that's pretty well buried. Okay, not super buried from this over the shoulder view. Well, the head on view. Over the shoulders, the almost overhead houses. So I think they can get to it if they have a good draw, a good line. So this is Williams's next. No, this is her last. So I'm curious then. It looks like a good shot. Hits the red out. The shooter's gonna roll wide right. So Sheet Show has sitting shots. There must be a yellow hiding somewhere, because this it does seem to be Gilbert's second stone. But looking at the yellows, I just one of the yellows is hiding. I can see it from my window here. It threw me off for a moment. So the broom is down to try the hit this time. As Gilbert delivers his second stone. Looking for a hit. Maybe a double even. 9:25 the time. Trying to get one of the yellows. The shooter's going to roll out and out of play. So we're back down to Sheet Show sitting 1 and 4 non-blondes sitting the second shots. So we are to the skip stones, or the fourth stones. And looking to draw on top. believe. Almost hit weight though. So 4 non-blondes has the hammer. It's wide. So looks like Sheet Show's going to try the draw again. That makes sense. This is David Hurst's last rock. Looking to draw. And also, like, not be in a place to set up a possible double takeout. So the line looks pretty good. The weight also looks good. Maybe it's slowing down a tad. 1450. So this is going to be close. 1450 the time between the hog lines, which is a standard split time reference. And that settles in just around the T line. So ice is at speed. And this is after, I don't know if they did a full scrape. I think we're set for a full scrape after this game though. So Sheet Show is sitting 2, but it's 4 non-blondes that has the hammer. So they're looking at, I think, trying to draw it down on top of the red stones. Looking to, I think, try the left to right from this view. So it looks like they might be conceding at least a point. I say conceding. I don't think they're fully conceding, but I think they're basically opting to try to pluck out one of the red stones, just like a dog attempting to pluck out a dog bone from a jar of other dog bones. That's the thing, right? So, looking to make sure the stone surface is clean as well as the ice surface to avoid picking. So I'm thinking they're going for a heavy draw to hit the red back and then rolling on top of the other stone and maybe getting a little lucky. So not conceding a point, but at least getting rid of one being the primary goal, and then perhaps getting lucky and rolling on top of the other stone for shot. So it's going to hit one of the reds out, and that yellow rolled outside, not towards the middle. So it's going to be a steal of 1. So that's kind of what I thought was going to happen with that shot call. But is there one more shot after this? Oh, they're not done yet. I didn't count the stones. I'm doing everything else, and I didn't count the stones. So they're going to try that draw again with the last of the 4th stones without the hammer for David Hurst. So Perry's holding the broom for non-blondes. So hit and not any roll. It rolls towards the outside. So 4 non-blondes has a possible out to hit and roll across the house to do An angle raised double. That's how I'm going to call it. So looking to line up the shots. Want to make sure they have the right angle on the possible shots. And looking for control weights, just based on how Perry held her arm near her elbow, to kind of indicate takeout weight speeds. The higher speed you want, the higher up you raise your arm. And this is the last rock. The hammer coming for 4 non-blondes here in the third end. Looking for a hit and roll. It's going to be close. Oh, it flashes. Oh. Perry kind of stepped to block the rock from going any further. But that's going to be a steal at 2-4 complete sheet show to take a 4-2 lead over 4 non-blondes. Pause in the action. We'll be right back as we continue with our coverage of the 2026 DoubleTakeout.com MoPac Championships. Sounds like all the teams are on pace to play at least 7 ends, which is awesome. We are at the 4th end, so we're playing up to 8 ends of regulation, but again, it's the window, the time slot for the draw that is the key consideration. There's not a clock that would run out where the other team loses the game necessarily. As Jerry delivers his shots. And looks like he's going to draw into the rings. As I believe Perry throws her first rock. Looks like it's going to draw to the top of the 4-foot, actually back to the 4-foot, as the broom is down for a takeout. I just realized you couldn't hear me. Take your broom on the road with ease, then GameCurling.com. All right. We're trying new things, and sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. All right. So net struck coming down for the 4 non-blondes. Looking to, I think they wanted to try and draw on top of that red that's sitting shot in the back 4 foot, but ends up being a guard. They can maybe bring it into play later. As Gilbert has the broom down for, I think, drawing around. With Jerry St. James's next stone. So as I was saying, coverage of this end is being brought to you by Endgame Curling. Take your broom on the road with ease with the Endgame travel handle. Endgame's 100% carbon fiber 3-piece travel handle is built for convenience and fits most carry-on luggage. Plus, it's compatible with heads of other broom brands. Elevate your bonspiel game with Endgame Curling and learn more at endgamecurling.com. So the situation in the house is a lot of complete sheet show reds. As we have Chuka, I think, looking to try to draw down on top of one of the reds. The other thing they could do is try to clear the guard. Weight looks a little up, as it will go through the rings out of play. So it looks like Ramin wants Jerry to just keep piling them in, and it's hard to blame them. That's a good strategy, it seems like. Kind of forcing the other team to really try to take out zones where they can. Looks like they were happy with the line. And they just want, I think, to be top of the 8 foot, top 8 foot, pardon me. So this looks like it's going to settle in and promote one of the stones that was in the top 12 foot a little further up. And just like that, four non-blondes is facing 4 complete sheet show reds. And so now Hawkins wants to clear the guard. This is Chuka's last. Looking to peel, or maybe run the guard back into the pile. Looks like it's close to being on target. So yellow, and it looks like it's going to just glance under the red on the left, out of play. So it does open things up a little bit, but red is still sitting 4. So with the third rocks underway, complete sheet show, I think is looking to put up another front stone. I think they would like it in the house, but if it's guarding, that's also fine. I'm just looking out through the windows beyond the ice house, and it's like very dark. I don't know if it's because there's foothills or if it's just dark outside and overcast. As we see Ramin's first rock head down the way. And that is going to settle in a full 12 foot, biting the 8 foot actually. So now 4 non-blondes has a chance for a double. And I think that's a chance you're going to have to take. because they're down 2 right now, and ideally they would try to get 2 here. The question is, how do they get 2? And I'm glad you asked, because I don't know. No, I think if they clear some of these front stones, they can get access to the shot stone that's buried behind those front stones, and that way they can hopefully pry their way in to put one of their stones, and then find another place around the forefoot to put another stone for 2. And that's kind of my thinking for this end. So going for some taking out action. Gets 2 of the reds going, and one of the yellows also goes away. Fairly sure. So let's check out the replay. So going for some taking out action. Gets 2 of the reds going, and one of the yellows also goes away. So that was a double takeout brought to you by doubletakeout.com. And so I guess the ultimate impact though is that they went from sitting, is it how many reds were in the house before that shot? Let's see here. I'm just checking the YouTube replay. So they went from sitting 5 reds down to 3. So that was a definite positive improvement for non-blondes. As it looks like we're going to see another draw coming from Ramin. Trying to time this bad boy. Weight looks a little on the light side, which could have been the miss as long as it gets over the hog line. They're sweeping to make sure it does go over the hog line. I think it's going to be close, and it does. That was 20.3 seconds. That's a really light rock. And kudos to the sweepers for getting it there. My goodness. So some more cleanup on aisle 3. As Williams is going to try to take out at least one more of these reds. I think try to roll under cover. So again, kind of following my observation that might be the best way to score 2. It's kind of funny that there was once a time where there was concerns that the coaches could hear the TV commentators. Oh, she flashes. Oh man! So the story goes that there was a Briar or a Scotties up in Canada, and I don't know how the coach was able to hear. That might be part of the story that I've never seen. But basically, the commentator, the analyst, Russ Howard, was saying, it's like, oh, if I was the smart coach, I would take a time out here and like talk it over with the team. And so like moments after he said that, the coach called the timeout. And so it was like, how did the coach know to call the timeout? Was it Russ Howard who offered them, surreptitious guidance? And I would need to double check that story to see for sure how the timeout was called. And Russ Howard's been kind of a curler that pushes the boundaries in certain ways over the years. So this is David's first, looking to put another rock in a front stone. It's kind of floating out a little bit. Maybe they get a little lucky and kind of wick off the guard. No such luck. They're going to settle in on the top 12 foot. They don't need luck. So back to sitting 4 is complete sheet show. I don't think I've mispronounced sheet show yet, but it's a very near thing sometimes. So the front end got the stip stone ready. as Perry and Hawkins talked it over in the rings. So kind of realizing that they can't really hit their way out of this jam, they are opting to draw. I say that. Looks like they're going for a hit. I don't know if they can hit their way out of this, but we'll see. Possible double. And also, I guess opening things up for a possible draw to the button for a single point is always the bailout option, or a bailout option. So facing 4, this is Allison Hawkins' first. Looking for, I believe, a hit, a little double takeout action perhaps. This is a little wide, but they might get a piece of something. They get a piece of nothing, unfortunately. So now with David's last rock, they're just going to put another stone in the top of the house. You can see that all this time, well, after clearing the front stones and the guards, the 4 non-blondes was able to open a path to the button for a single point. And now David Hurst and Complete Sheet Show are looking to block that off with David's last. Sweepers jumped on it right out of hand. So again, it needs to not hog. It needs to be in a place where it's going to block the most optimal path to the button. So it needs to come over a little bit more if they can get it to. That's 17 seconds, and that's 3 seconds slower than last time. I may have mistimed that 20-second stone. So they're looking at the line. I think it's maybe possible to do the draw. Looking to see what other possible options there could be here. So I'm just looking at the rings. I was also considering how to better set up the cameras next time. But it looks like they're going to go for the draw for the button now, which makes sense. This is the last shot. And I didn't see any other options. They could try to hit and minimize the damage, but ideally they would score here in this 4th end, as Alice's last rock is heading down the ice. Looks like it's going to be tight on that guard on the left. 12-22, so it's just a little on the heavy side. It does crash on the guard, but it needed to make some sort of impact, I think, as the rock, whipped off the guard and still went through the house out of play. So that looks to be a steal of 4 for the sheet show. So that is a score of 4. So we are headed into the 5th end with Complete Sheet Show holding a commanding lead over 4 non-blondes. Sheet Show hailing from Oval Curling of Utah, and 4 non-blondes hailing from Coyotes Curling of Tempe, Arizona. And I'm sure they're asking themselves what's going on. after finding themselves down 8-2 after 4. We're going to take a pause in the action. We'll be right back. Back to the action. Back to reality. Just that song, the chorus, like back to life, back to reality. That's not how the chorus goes, but you know what I mean. So, 4 non-blondes is in, I'm sure, score mode right now, being down 6 in the 5th end. We're playing up to 8 ends of regulation, although teams can opt to resign after the 6th end, as one of the rots in the rings is kicked out of play. Definitely appreciate everyone tuning in for this game. I also love the comments on YouTube. We hope you'll stick with us tonight for our 5 o'clock draw. Our feature game will be Full House from Lake Tahoe Epic Curling and Wine Country, taking on In and Out Turns from OC Curling and Wine Country Curling. That's our 5 o'clock feature game. And then our 8 o'clock MoPac After Dark game will be Team Tanner from Oval Curling taking on Team Hernandez from OC Curling and Curl Vegas. That's MoPac After Dark at 8 o'clock Pacific time. Check your local listings for more details. That'd be fun if you could pick up TV Guide and it would be in there. Oh my goodness. So we have a yellow guard that's protecting the yellow shot rock. They're looking to see if the rock is on the center line, in which the no-tick rule is in effect. And I think they believe it is in there. So looking for a takeout on the stone in the rings, but I think they were just curious to see if it hits the guard, what might happen. As Jerry gets set. Looking for not a ton of weight. I think board weight to control weight would be good, because they want to try to get around the guard if they can. This is looking pretty good, actually. Around the guard, going to tap the yellow back to the back of the house, out of play. That was a good shot there. Well managed by the sweepers and Jerry St. James. Just kind of, again, showing that you don't need a lot of weight to have effective takeouts. Sheet show is sitting 2 right now. So, looks like they're going to try and draw through the port with the Chuka's first, or net stone. This will be her first. Going for a draw. I just also, if it hits the guard, sorry, if it hits one of the reds and rolls in, that's not too bad either. So it's going to be past those two front. Oh, it did deflect off of the red rock on the right. So, like I said, not a bad outcome. They are shot, somewhat buried. Not too buried though. They're about 60% open. And they are set for a takeout through that gap.
I don't mind like a little more in though. That feels pretty far out.
Just 9. Yeah, well.
Talked about the best line after some consideration, and then Jerry kneels down to take his shots. Looking for a takeout, looking to get through that port as Gerard's working to hold the line. It's going to be close. It's through the port, gets the yellow out, and then the shooter's going to roll toward the edge of the 12-foot to sit. Have sheet show sitting 3. I also wonder how many seashells are sold down by the seashore. Chuka's net stone, looking to go through the port, I believe, or no, to hit and roll off the outside red, I believe. So it does tap the outside red. The shooter sticks around pretty much close to a nose hit. And so Sheet Show's going to try to take that out. So the broom is down for the takeout. Likely hit and roll for Ramin's first rock. Trying to push it over as much as they can. It's going to hit on the outside, and the shoe's going to roll close to being out. It looks like it's sticking around. So that could be brought in play later. That'll be interesting if it does. Could lead to some chaos if you're not careful with that sideboard. Net struck coming from Evelyn Williams. I think hopefully make contact with one of the reds. I ended up missing both of them. It was a flash, a double flash. Just a little unlucky there with some of these takeouts. I think a lot of times you have to try to find the shots that work best for your team. I know some skips like to have, you know, like this is the strategy you're supposed to play, so we're going to play it, even if the team doesn't necessarily have the right shots to execute. But I think it's got to be kind of a good balance between the two. You know, you want to challenge the players to make these tough shots, but sometimes they might not be able to. And this is going to try to peel the guard. That guard is peeled. Peel, peel, peel. So, complete sheet show sitting 2 and has control of the guard zone. Well, there's only one guard there. So looking at, I think, trying to hit again. Asking for a little less ice. And throwing the intern clockwise rotation as Williams pushes from the heck. Has some up weights. Want to make sure it stays on target. It doesn't over curl. It's on the guard. So it peels the guard and then see where the shooter ends up. The shooter ends up going out of play on the side. So now the question is, what does David Hurst and Cheat Show do when they're sitting two? There's no guard now. So I think they're going to try to put up a guard. So sweepers are on it. Just, I think, making sure it has the right weight. The line looked pretty good. A little tap is not too bad, I guess. Makes it a little wider for a port. And the shooter's going to settle in on the right 8-foot circle, kind of where the toe of Craig's current shoes is located. So complete sheet show is sitting 3 now, although there is a path for 4 non-blondes to draw on top of, and I think that's where they're going to go.
Yeah, and if
It's a tough situation because also, like, 4 non-blondes hasn't been able to draw anywhere to try to hide the stone or to start generating multiple point opportunities. I think it's just a sign of how tough Complete Sheet Show has been playing this team from Coyotes. And also how you can't really use magazine photos as a coupon anymore. So this is the first of 2 skip stones from the skip. Allison Hawkins looking to hit one of the reds out, maybe get 2. Just the one. And that tapped one of the reds back to the 4-foot, so it helps a little bit. Opens things up so that they could 4 non-blondes could draw and tap down on the red shot stone, and so it looks like David Hurst is being asked to kind of close that option off. So this is his last rock with the hammer here in the 5th end. And again, it doesn't necessarily need to be scoring. It just needs to block it off if they can. So that ends up being a center line guard. So it is possible to do the heavy draw on top of the yellow shot stone to get a score of 1. Score of single is not a thing. It's almost, I've never actually had cream of celery soup, but I'm trying to think of like some soup flavors that's like They actually thought this was going to sell. Cream of mushroom I understand because it's used as a base for a lot of stuff. Cream of celery though, not quite sure. I am fairly sure of the shot for Hawkins as she heads to the delivery side of the sheets. So looking for heavy draw takeout for a single point. This is the last stone coming from Allison Hawkins in the fifth end, the hammer. So looking to just draw on top and tap the red bat enough to get a single point. It's going to tap it. Is it going to be enough? I don't think it got there. Looks like it's a steal of 1 for complete sheet show. To go up 9-2 over 4 non-blondes. This, I believe, is 4 non-blondes' first game of the event. So they had a tough game out of the gate. The first game for complete sheet show was this morning at 7:30 Pacific time. They don't have the scores posted, but if I remember correctly, they were forced to a single point in the first end, which tended to, kind of maybe indicated that maybe it could be a tough game. But they easily pulled away and won that game fairly handily. As we have Gerard getting set for first rock of the sixth end. Just go around the rings once more onto the breach. Excuse me. So all of these games have tended to gotten away from the teams that are down. I'll go over that in just a second as we see Trimberger's first rock head down the ice. So only three sheets in play this draw, and they're all kind of again getting out of hand. On sheet 1, Orange Coyote, consisting of defending champions from last year, they're up 13-1 over Clever Curl from Orange County. Orange Coyote hails from Orange County and Coyotes. Sheet 3 is our feature game. You're watching it. I think complete sheet shows up 9-2 right now. And on sheet 4, we have a Team Pitlars skip it up 10-0 from Team Tanner, although Tanner scored 3 points in the last 2 ends. So could be working on a comeback. Have a lot of work to do to make it happen though. You can keep track of all the scores and find video links to all the games at bondspieler.com. And definitely appreciate that service being available. As 4 non-blondes throws up a center line guard. So Jerry Stats looks to be trying to go around that center guard that was just put up. So that doesn't get around the guard, but it does put another counting stone in the house for complete sheet show. Sorry. I pulled out my earbud. So next route coming from Alicia Perry. Calling hard for line. looking to try and draw around their own guard. Line looks kind of tight. Is on the guard. So they do have staggered guards, which could be used later in the end. Beautiful day. I say that. I mean, I think it's overcast. Let's see here. Jerry St. James is next rock. Looking to, I believe, start taking out some of these rocks. Oh, this is another draw, I believe. No, it's heavy. that little swoop from Gerard and some fist bumps. Let's check out the replay on that. That was a great sweep there. Oh, this is another draw, I believe. No, it's heavy. that little. That was a great shot. As we see Chuka's first stone head down the ice. Looking to try to draw around. This is going to be on the guard, I believe. It's close though. It's on the guard. So just some good efforts. Just their weights coming up a little light late in this game here. So net strut coming from Jerry St. James. As Jerry gets set, looking to put another stone at the top of the house. They're basically kind of going for the dagger here. Just loading the box with as many red stones as possible. And this is going to get around those guards. And it looks like it might tap up the red a little bit. The red shot stone a little closer. It's close to a corner freeze, actually. So right now in the house, you have 4 complete sheet show reds. And they're all kind of protecting each other. And so it looks like the broom is down for peeling the yellow guards. Those yellow guards were a good idea. Some of them were a little light misses. But now it's time for those guards to go away as Chuka drops the hammer with her stone with a good amount of weight. Looking to see some granite move. So we get one of the yellows moving. And it goes to the back of the house out of play.
Yeah, they won in Tessie, so they qualified for Tessie. And Tessie.
So bitter. Don't bring it up.
Sorry.
Did that event happen already? I don't know.
No.
The qualifiers.
This is
It was all still for the 5 years.
yeah. It was just national qualifiers not until the end of April, or the national.
I don't know. I don't know when the Tessie was. Was that?
So with 2 yellow guards, you're just going to keep loading the box as Ramin Gilbert is getting set. I almost want to go out and sit in the little walkway. But I'm good. I'm trying to move around. Stay active. All right. So this is Ramin Gilbert's first shot. Looking to load the box. At the very least, put up a front stone or a guard. So this is looks like it's going to go into the pile. Red, tap it up a little bit, and so sheet show is sitting 5 right now, and there's no reds out of play. That's all I'll say about that. And stepping into the hack now for 4 non-blondes is Evelyn Williams. And looking to again actually move some of the reds out of play now. And it looks like one of the reds goes away. Shooter also goes away. So the 8-ender is off the table for this end. I don't know if they were going to make an 8-ender, but you know, I've never actually seen one in person. Although several people who have been to MoPac events have been part of 8-enders. It's kind of crazy. But it'd be fun to have one on video. So they do get rid of one of the reds for 4 non-blondes. The question is, how are they going to score? The complete sheet show has completely shut down the front of the house. And this next rock is going to do something similar. And also the other thing is complete sheet show is basically throwing the same shot multiple times. And so, you know, they're kind of locked in. This one's just a little, I mean, it's, you know, I was going to say a little up weight, but the weight is actually really nice. So looks like they're trying to line up like a triple or something. They're 4 non-blondes. I mean, they're looking for a hero shot, and I guess they kind of need something. But I'm curious to see how they're going to get into score. Got the weights. Let's see if they've got the line. Looks like it's going to be close. Going to hit the outside. And it's red onto red, and one of the reds goes away. So, complete sheet show is sitting 4 now. I thought that red on the back line is out, but I'm not sure. So, I'm not one to judge. So, again, good effort from 4 non-blondes, but complete sheet show is going to throw the same shot they've thrown the last 4 or 5 stones at this point. As David Hurst delivers his first. And this looks pretty good. Even if it's tight on the guard, it's not bad. But it's not. It's right on the money. It's trying to hit the red onto red and then promote the shot stone up to the top button.
You better tell them.
The stone had not moved, right? So then it's just this end.
Okay.
Yeah.
You gotta go. Hi.
They didn't shake right.
What?
We're playing another end.
Ooh.
Thankfully, I went out and rang the bell when I did. I was not going to ring the
They
bell.
only scored 1 and they beat fucking 6.
I wasn't going to ring the bell because I was like,
All right, so some shenanigans are happening around the warm room on other sheets. Apparently, sheet D is going to go another end. Sheet 1, there is some sign language going through the window. Don't quite know what the message was.
We wanted free beer.
Oh, they wanted free beer.
are they going for the double takedown now? No, they got to put redstone in order for that.
So the broom is down for 4 non-blondes. Let's see what they have dialed up here.
Okay, 1 yellow.
So there are handshakes on sheet 1. And we'll recap that in just a moment as we put our focus back on the feature game. So looking for some more takeout just to try to... They're going to run the yellow back onto... Nope. They're running for the takeout, but it's over curling. And looks like it went past everything. So I think Sheet Show is just going to try to close the door and just do the same shot they've been doing. It worked out for them this end. As David Hurst gets set for his last. So in the past month at MoPac events, we've had 3 7-enders. One of them just this morning. This one's over curling a little bit, but again, if it whips off the guard, that's not too bad. And that is what's going to happen. So 4 non-blondes is facing 5, and they have a really tricky shot to, I don't even know if they have a shot. Okay, they do have a shot. It is an in-off on the right side of there's a yellow kind of right there on the right above parry, and deflected onto the button. That is a high level of difficulty. And if they make it, I'll take my hat off for them. So looking to line up the shot. I say that's the shot. That's like the only shots. I don't know if it's there though, just because the angle is so sharp or acute. Because you would need to hit the yellow like almost on the very inside of the stone, because stones kind of bounce at 90-degree angles, or that's kind of the angles game that you're playing. Have I been able to successfully play that angles game? No. Do I kind of know what you're supposed to do? Yes. Can I do it? Again, no. So we'll see if 4 non-blondes has this lined up. They also had kind of a weird raise the yellow on the right side from this view, but I don't think it was there. So this is the last rock going for the in-off for a single point, facing 5. This is a tricky shot. And it's not there. So that looks to be a score of 5 for Complete Sheet Show. They've broken the scoreboard. And they are shaking hands. I heard they rang the bell. So if they rang the bell, they really couldn't play the end and have a chance to come back. So good game for both teams. It's a Complete Sheet Show. The 14-2 winners. Before we sign off, we're going to do the draw shot challenge. Might as well do cover the draw shot, see how it goes. While they get set up for that, another reminder and thanks to our sponsors, including doubletakeout.com, offering a unique way to view how the top men's and women's teams from around the world stack against each other at doubletakeout.com. And by curling.gg, a proud sponsor of Canada's mixed doubles team, Brett Gallant and Jocelyn Peterman. And by Endgame Curling, elevate your game with Endgame Curling. Learn more at endgamecurling.com. So So we are looking for the draw shots. This is used as a tiebreaker for this event. And so they're doing the same draw that they threw this entire end. I mean, why if it ain't broke, why fix it? Or why fix it if it ain't broke? Something like that. So going for the draw. If they went for a takedown on a draw shot challenge, I'd be surprised. So they're just managing the weight. It looks a smidge up weight. Depends on how it's going to sit down. It's going to sit down right next to the lid. Looks like it's about 2 or 3 inches off the pin. So it's going to be probably like 30 centimeters or something metric like that.
League started this Thursday. Obviously, he wasn't there.
So that was a really good shot there by Jerry, I believe. And so now we're going to see the draw shot coming for four non-blondes. All of the four non-blondes are there, although one of them needs to actually hold the broom in the house. So, which is what they're doing. It looks like Chuka is going to take the shots. As we see Hawkins make her way down the ice. So one of the rules of curling that you almost have to have pointed out to you because it's not immediately obvious is that someone has to be in control of the delivery side of the ice. So someone needs to be in the house holding the broom during a shot. So like once the shot's underway, you can go up and help, but you have to be in the house when the shot's, at the start of the shot. So this looks a little up weight. Sweepers were just cleaning. And it's going to sit down, I think, towards the back of the house. To settle in just right on the edge of the 8-foot circle. So not a bad shot. Just a smidge heavy, but not too bad. So they're going to measure that. And while they do that, just to remind you all of the remaining 2 games on our slate tonight as pool play continues. Our feature game at 5 o'clock will be Full House. Party on Dude taking on In and Out Turns. And then our MoPac After Dark starts at 8 p.m. where we will feature Team Tanner and Team Hernandez. So definitely stick around for that. As we are winding down our coverage of this draw, thank you so much for tuning in, everyone. On behalf of all of us here at MoPac and Curl Vegas, and with thanks to our sponsors, this has been your host, Ryan Olson, saying good afternoon and good curling. We'll see you at 5 o'clock.